Brow. Oh,
Wow,
there we go. So I draw one line at the base of the brow, and then I draw a parallel line on top. Okay, so you should have two little lines at the arch of the brow that look like two little tram lines. And then we just, when it's at the arch, I tend to roll the brush in my fingers rather than pulling it up and then going back down. I just tend to roll the brush in my fingers so you get a really, really soft, natural curve. And then the same on top as well. Now, if you've got someone that hasn't got much brow hair, what you can use, you can mix a little bit of sealing gel with it as well. The sealing gel comes like this, add a little drop into any eyeshadow powder or eyebrow cake and it turns it into a liquid. So really good if you want more of a statement brow, so if you want more of a painted eyebrow, or you've got a lady or a client that hasn't got much brow hair, then you can put it on and just work it and paint it onto the skin. Okay, so she's got that depth towards the outer edge of the brow now. Yeah. Now, with no product on my brush, or with little product that I've got left on there, I'm just gently just going to blend that through the front. Normally at the front of the brow is where we've got quite a lot of hair anyway, so you don't need too much product. So you're just gently buffing that through. Okay. So just a really natural, flawless brow. She's got lovely brows anyway, beautiful brows. Anyone got any questions on brows? Anything else that they want to know about them? You all look pretty brow happy in here. So again, just start the arch. Always angle your brush upwards. If you pull it down straight, you're going to end up with not a high enough arch. So if you want your arch of your brow quite high, angle it upwards diagonally towards the temples. You can also change the shape of your brows as well. If you have got quite straight brows, then you want to work on top of the brow rather than on your actual eyebrow shape. If you want to change it, you're going to have to work above it. So afterwards, if anyone wants me to show them how to do their brows, then I'll be more than happy to do that as well. Okay, so you've just got your parallel lines in there. And then we just twist the brush and angle it out. I'm a big lover of a brow that goes out rather than down, because if you go out you can take your eye makeup out further as well. The closer you bring it down here, you're going to cut off a lot of space, so it actually gives you limited space to put your eyeshadow. So I really like to kind of almost bring the brow out. Okay, and whatever I've got left on my brush, I'm just bringing through the front just to feather that in there. Okay, now a little trick, and I don't know if you do this, but I do this a lot, and I do it a lot on Fashion Week. When you've got to do a look and it's got to be absolutely pristine and perfect, best thing that you can do is to get a highlighter next to that brow, because that's really going to sharpen it up. I really love using our concealers. I'm not a massive fan of shimmer underneath the brows. I prefer it to look a little bit more natural. And our concealers are beautiful to use underneath the brows. They imitate the skin, but they're also quite thick as well. So if you've got any hair there, it actually just grips onto it and covers it. So I've just mixed two together, but you can use CC115, which is a very light pink based, or CC135, which is more yellow based. And I'm just going to use my angled brush again, just taking off any product that I've got on there. So you want to go a couple of shades lighter than your natural skin tone. So again, starting at the arch, pressing and pulling down towards the eye. So what this does is it really gives you a nice shape along the brow, and it's really good for quickness as well. If you're standing there at Fashion Week and you haven't got time to do this really beautiful quickly painted brows, the concealer trick is really going to help you to get the precision. So press and pull down to the eyebrow, down to the eyelid. Again, you'll notice that I'm concentrating most of it at the arch of the brow. If you start highlighting here, you're going to lift the whole brow. It's really here that you want to lift the brow the most, is at the arch. So always concentrate your highlighter there. So you're pressing, cutting in and pulling down towards the eye. Okay. What you can do as well, as soon as we've not put our base on yet, you can actually do it on top. So really, around the arch, press and pull upwards. So you're using the angled side of the brush to give you the sharpness. So you're really carving out that brow shape. Yeah. And you'll see this on our Generation Q video that's online. It's one of Alex's box where she's done the deeper skin model, where she's gone around the brow in a lighter colour, and it really does cut out the shape of the brow. Again, just around the arch, not at the beginning of the brow. You could also as well use our brow gel to set them in place. So if you wanted them even more kind of long lasting, then just get the clear brow gel and just go along your natural brow hair and just comb through it. Okay. I'm just going to gently blend that out. So with our blending brush one, no product on it, just really softening that colour out, and then when you come to put your skin base on later, that will just blend beautifully into that. Okay, any questions so far? Quiet. You were lovely and noisy when you walked in. Everyone's filming. I'm sure afterwards loads of you will be running up to me saying, "Can you do my brows?" So then after this, I'm going to move on to a smoky eye. Pick up more product than real hair brushes, so I see a lot of girls on the tubes in London going like that with their blushes, and I'm thinking, if you only had an Illamasqua blusher, you wouldn't be doing that. You'd go around looking like a tranny. You know, so the pigment is the main difference in our products to others, which is why we're so famous. Look up for me. A little bit more black there. Okay, then a few people have asked what I've got on my eyes. I've got Fervent, which is a really weird one. It looks quite red, and on me it looks quite red with the green, but put it over black, it's incredible as well. So if you want to change up a smoky eye, and you don't want it to look as matte, then you could leave it like this, have a quite nice soft smoky eye, but if you want a bit more glamour, look down for me. Fervent is incredible. It really makes the eyelid look almost wet, and that rusty tone warms it up slightly, but you see more of the green in it. So again, you're just pressing it onto the eyelid. It's great for evening, because if you're going out to like a club or anything, the lights will just pick it up, and it's just stunning on the lids. Yeah, Fervent's one of my favourites. It doesn't get used enough, and I love it. Okay. Any questions on smoky eyes? No. You've all gone silent. I told you they would. No. Okay, beautiful. Oops. So again, like I said, the beauty of doing the eyes first is that we can now clean up underneath the eye. Actually help to balance the sebum production throughout the day underneath your foundation. Does anyone find that their foundation goes patchy throughout the day? Anyone? No? You're quite fine with it all over here? No? Your foundation's great over here. In London, that's the most thing they say, oh, my foundation goes really patchy. It's normally because a lot of women will put their moisturiser on and just go straight in with their foundation. that's fine, but if you want it to last all day on the skin, you do need a primer, because your primer's going to lock all of your skincare in and give you the perfect base for your foundation to sit onto. It also gently fills and plumps any fine little dehydration lines, and with the matte primer it really helps to refine the skin, so it tightens up the pores because of the silica that's in it. So I definitely recommend to use a primer all the time. So she's got a lovely olive skin tone, really golden. So I'm probably going to go with number 9. Have you got skin base already?
No, I use the matte primer and the powder foundation.
Oh, look at you. That's good. Fabulous. That's good. I've used satin primer and skin base, 2 products that she doesn't even use. So
I'm going to try them though.
Yay! So number 9 is a really, really good olive base. It was based on, when we made this foundation, this colour was actually made for people that wear either fake tan, or if they bronze a lot, or if they've got that golden glow to the skin, because it's got a lot of warmth in it. I'm going to go in with blending brush 2, but you can use the highlighter brush, or you can use the blusher brush 1, whatever brush you want to use. I like this one because I like it to be a bit smaller so I can get round the nose. And I'm just gently going to start from the centre, little circular motions, and just buff it out. If you want a fuller coverage with skin base, use the foundation brush. The foundation brush will give you a lot more of a heavier coverage. Or effectively you could use Rich Liquid Foundation, which has got a really, really full, intense coverage. Now you probably all know that Skin Base was inspired by the BB creams, yeah, so the beauty balms. And the beauty balm effectively was almost like a primer. It was only in 1 shade, so we couldn't really have it as just a beauty balm. So we've incorporated it into foundation. So the beauty of that is that it's got a built-in primer with it, so it does make your foundation last a hell of a lot longer on the skin. And it's packed full of skincare, so it's really hydrating.
Does it tend to be too oily on the oil T-zone?
Nope. Any skin tone, any skin type can use it. If you do find you get a little bit more shiny throughout the day, then of course apply a little bit of either your powder foundation or translucent powder just through the centre of the face. I tend to not like to put too much powder on, because otherwise it makes the foundation look slightly heavier. But if you do like it more mattifying, then yeah, by all means just go in areas where you get a bit more oily. Now the good thing with this shade of Skin Base as well, it is slightly more yellow based, so if you do suffer with any redness on the skin, it's better to go with something that's a little bit more yellow. Our 0.5 colours, so we've got a few shades that are 0.5s, are a little bit more yellow based, and they're fantastic if you get redness around here, around the nose, or on the forehead, because that will just cancel it out. She's looking stunning, I must say. You going out tonight?
Nope.
Ah, what a waste. You need to now. A few drinks after here. Okay. I find the best way to match a foundation as well, if you're finding it difficult, is to put it on the centre of the face. A lot of people test here. The problem with doing it here is that you actually can't see it in the mirror, so when you've done it and you're like, oh, where is it? I can't actually see it. And you're blending it into the neck. The neck is slightly lighter normally than your face and your body. The neck never sees the light of day. Your face and your body are what catch the sun quickest, and especially here in Croatia, here you have a little bit more sun than we do in England. So your face will actually catch more sun than your neck. So I would always try and match it in the centre. If it blends away nicely there, then that's where you want to go. Then if you need to put some bronzer or something on the neck, then go for it. But normally I would just match it in the centre of the face. Okay, so to colour correct underneath the eyes, you may have seen this before, Emerge. Yes, you've all seen this, one of our fave products. But the reason we use it underneath the eyes is because underneath the eyes is slightly more blue toned. So if you're a little bit blue there, if you think of, it's basically colour theory, blue on the colour wheel is opposite to orange. So they're complementary colours, but they also work really well in kind of balancing them as well. So it knocks out the blue here. I like to call this Wonder Bra for the eye. almost lifts the eyes up and really injects light into the eyes as well. So writing in your blogs, Wonder Bra for the eye, emerge, rename the product. Yeah, so you don't want to go the whole way around the eye either, it's just on the inner corner where you get the darkness. Yeah? So you just pop it on there, and then I'm going to put a little bit of the skin base on top just to blend it out. Okay, so just a tiny little bit of skin base on top of that just to blend it in. Perfect. Now, put a little bit of blush and lip on it, and then we'll do another look afterwards. I'm going to use the blending brush too again. Can you smile for me? I tend to pop it onto the apples of the cheek and then blend back towards the top of the ear. If you've got someone that's got a fuller face, then you're not going to want to put too much on the front of the face here, so you're going to want to concentrate more up towards the cheekbone to create more length on the face. If you've got someone that's got quite a slim face, then you want to pop it onto the apples and then blend it back. There's lots of different ways you can apply blusher. The one thing that I love about these cream blushes is that they melt into the skin, so it almost looks really, really natural, and it kind of gives a really soft glow to the skin as well. So smile for me. So again, onto the apples and just gently blending it back towards the top of the ear. See, a lot of women apply their blusher too far down, and what it does, it really pulls the face down. So imagine that you're wanting to lift everything up. So popping it onto the apples and lifting it up towards the top of the ear will really give you a lot more lift here. Hiya. All going on today. Look up for me. Got a little eyelash there. Get rid of that. I tend to put a cross in the centre of the lip to get that cupid's bow nice and straight. And then I tend to put a little line, so just pulling on the lip here, little line there, and a little line there in the middle, so you've got this kind of halfway mark. I then pull the lip and go up towards the cupid's bow. If you go down, it gives you more of a straight cupid's bow, so that's fine. If you want a straight, more angular point, then go down that way. If you want it more curved, then work your pencil up. Okay? So again, just pulling the lip and working up towards the cupid's bow to give it more of a rounded shape. And then I'm working down towards the outer corner of the mouth. The reason I do this, lips I find are one of the most difficult things to get right, especially if you're doing a stronger lip as well. Because if the symmetry's off, it can really change the face shape. It can either make them look like snarly, or it can make them look a little bit lopsided. So you've got to be really careful when you're doing lips. So I always find that really helps me by doing the cupid's bow, putting your little halfway points on, and then connecting them up. You're almost joining the dots together. Again as well, always pull the lip taut. When you're doing lips, the lips will want to move because they're quite cushiony. So pull the lip taut to stretch out the skin. I'm just going to blend a little bit of that lip liner onto the lip as well. I'm not a massive lover of dark liner and light lipstick, so I like to blend them together. Okay, doing my forehead. So, down. Get your fringe back, that's it. I know girls with fringe don't like having them off their head, huh? So a little bit of lipstick. This one is Sonnet. Really good kind of peachy nudie tone. If you've got to do a nude tone on someone that's got olivey, warm skin, and you want to go peachy rather than pink, as it's going to blend in a little bit more. And as we've gone quite heavy on the eyes, you can go neutral on the lip Just a really, really quick, easy, neutral lip. Yeah. Gorgeous. Can we have a little look? Close up. So different. Yeah. You had bright pink lips and no eyes on when you come in, and now you've got dark eyes and no lips. So there you go. So that's our first look. So if you have got any questions on that, or if you want to ask me questions, we're going to break for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then we'll come back and I'll be doing perfect liner, perfect red lip. I'll probably do some highlighting and contouring as well, and lashes. Yeah? There you go. And you really, when you're putting on primer, just want to concentrate around the centre of the face and then blend it out to the hairline. Around the centre of the face is where we get most unbalance in the skin, so we get most oily and we get most dry around the nose. I get really dry around my nose. And this weather here is quite cold, so it's making me even more dry. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly pop on Hollow. Has everyone seen Hollow before? Yes, there's a lot of nods, that's good. Hollow is one of our must-have products. It works fantastic as an eyeshadow base, it works great as a contour, it works great as a lip colour, use it wherever you want. The one thing that I love about this product is as soon as you put it on is it neutralises the skin. So when you put it onto the eyelid, it just instantly gets rid of any redness. So this is like 8 hours of sleep in a tub. It is so good. And I'm just using the blending brush one just to buff it all over. So it's going to give you a really even coverage for your eyeshadow to sit on. And then just going to pop on Stealth, which was the lightest colour in the palette. It's a really good one if you're doing like quite a nice 50s look, just to pop onto the eyelid with a liquid liner. Just going to make the eyelid pop. So you'll notice as well when I'm doing eyes is I always press shadow on. I don't brush on because it tends to drop underneath the eye. You're always pressing on to get the pigment, which is the colour payoff, instantly on the eyelid. Okay. Fabulous. Open for me. She's got beautiful doe eyes, this one. Okay. Then I'm going to go in with Mislead. So Mislead is our cake eyeliner. You can use it with water or with sealing gel. With water, it will still give you a nice fluid line, but with sealing gel, it's going to make it water resistant. So if you're doing any bridal makeup or anything like that, then you may have a little cry. Then this one is going to be the one that you want to go to. Okay, I'm going to use my angled brush. I use 1 to 2 drops of the sealing gel in there, and I make a paste. Now you can either use a pointed brush or an angled brush, whatever brush you prefer to use. I quite like to use an angled brush because I stamp the product out onto the lid, so I use the flat edge of the brush to stamp along the lash line and build up the line. Okay, I find that easier. So look down for me and just bring your head this way. Perfect. So I'm just going to press into the lash line. Yeah, and I start at the middle and then I work my way to the inner corner and then start at the middle again and work to the outer corner. So you're gradually just building up a nice fluid line into the lashes.
Yeah, I have contact lenses, so they get dry.
Okay, that's fine. Just blink for me. Is that alright? Good.
Better.
Close for me. Okay. So just pressing again, just building up the line in the lashes. So you can either have it really, really thin. You've got lovely big eyes, so I'm going to go slightly thicker. Then I'm just going to get my sealing gel again. You'll see that it dries really quickly, which is the beauty of it, because it's then not going to imprint onto the eyelid. How many people have done that when you put your eyeliner on, you look up and it's up there? That's why sealing gel is amazing, because it doesn't do that, but then it means you've got to add more to it. So again, just starting at the centre, pressing the flat side of your brush. The one is not going to want to go that way. So the easiest thing to do is to put your points on and then work back into your liner, okay? So when you're looking straight ahead, take your point, bring it back in to the liner, yeah? Your point here, smooth it out, bring it back in to your liner. It's the quickest and easiest way to get your symmetry right. Another good little trick as well, if you've got any of those triangle sponges, do any of you use those? Not a lot of people do, or like little flat sponges. I saw one earlier. Or failing that, anything straight. I'm not trying to find something flat. You can get like one of those flat triangle sponges. And I do this a lot at Fashion Week. Is get loads of translucent powder. Load it up onto the flat side of your sponge or your cotton pad or your tissue, go from underneath the lash line and press and pull down. Yeah? Press, get the line on there and pull down. That way, before you've even done the eyeliner, you've got your symmetry in. Yeah? So when you're doing Fashion Week, you're going to have 15, 20 models and the designer wants flipped eyeliner. By God, you've got to get that right. And you've got to get it done quick as well. The problem with Fashion Week is that you've got to be fast. So little tricks like that where you're putting in the powder, and then when you've got your lines in, you can just follow that flick with the liquid liner, and then just gently, because it's translucent, you can just dust it off. And you'll never know it was there. Yeah? She's got a beautiful flick line on. Oh, she's got gorgeous eyes. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of wolf shadow, just a tiny bit, that dark brown shadow we used earlier, and just buff it through the socket. Just to give a little bit of definition. And then we're going to work on brows. My favourite thing to do, and if you look at everyone normally in Illamasqua, especially in London, we're all like walking brows. Everyone's got like just these painted strong brows on. We're all a bit fanatical about them. And even Alex Box, when you look at her brows are just immaculate. She draws on every single hair like freehand. She's an amazing woman. Okay, so I'm going to use Thunder this time. So Thunder, because she's got brunette hair, but it's quite warm. She's got a little bit warm tone. Thunder's a really good tone for brunettes. Take my angled brush again, and exactly the same, we're going to start at the arch. So you'll see she's got quite a straight brow here, so I'm going to lift them slightly on top. So drawing on at the arch first, angling my brush up diagonally, drawing another line on top, angling it up as well. And then just gently just blending it round. Keep it quite dark around the outer corner. Got a bit higher. Okay. I'm probably going to mix mix a little bit of sealing gel in it with it as well. Not a very beauty Croatian brow probably. Okay, you're Illamasqua, so. Okay, so with lashes, when you apply lashes, you should always trim them. Never put lashes on straight from the box. So look down for me. They're always slightly too big for people's eyes, so you should always make sure you trim them. Also trim them from the outer edge of the lash. If you start trimming them from in here, this is where they're most natural and they're at their shortest, which naturally our eyelashes are. So if you start trimming them from in there, you'll end up with long eyelashes coming out here. You don't want that. So trim them from the outer corner. Then what I do is, because the spine of lashes is quite rigid normally, you need to bend them. So I tend to get a little cotton bud and just twist them round to create a little spiral of lashes. Yeah? What it does is it just softens the spine. Okay? So a lot of the time they tend to be too rigid. They're all packing this look. Yeah, they're like, what's that? Spiraled lashes. So you can see it bends it, it makes it a lot more curved. It's just going to make it easier for you when you put them on. So take our amazing, fabulous lash glue onto the spine of the lashes. Now it's blue, but it does dry completely clear, so yeah. So give them a little wave around, dry them off. You want it to be a little bit tacky, you don't want them to be really wet. If they're really wet, they start to slide around the eyes, so you want it to be a little bit tacky, so it's got a bit of grab. So look down for me. You can put them on the tweezers, you can put them on your fingers. I tend to just like getting right in there with my fingers. And these are 21 lashes, so they're really beautiful if you've done a flick liner because they flick up at the ends.
Are those the ones from the Broken Heart collection?
Ooh, they could be actually, 21.
They're a bit like, they overlap each other and the
And they go
outside
out,
is
yeah.
I think that one is.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the number, but I think that is.
We've also got some new lashes coming out as well, which are amazing. Oh, yes. So excited by your eyes, I could just play with them all day. She's got lovely eyes. Yeah?
I've never had eyelashes, fake eyelashes on.
Do they feel alright?
They feel strange, but they're alright.
You'll get used to it.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, something new.
Yeah.
Okay? But you can see how just putting on a lash just makes it a little bit more dramatic. So if you are going out in the evening and you want more of a party look, or you want to just change the way you look, lashes will always enhance your look. So don't be scared, you look fabulous.
I'm not scared, I'm excited.
Good. Okay, so twist them around your cotton bud again, so get your little spiral of lashes on. Hold them on. A couple of seconds, take them off. Get a little bit of cotton off there. Now, if you want them to put mascara on, you can do afterwards to join your natural lashes with the actual eyelashes that we're using, but just be prepared that they won't last as long. If they're your own lashes, you can reuse these lashes up to, I use mine about 10 times, they last over and over again. Obviously on models you'd only ever use them once and then chuck them away, or let them keep them. But if you're going to put mascara on, it does kind of ruin the lash, so I would probably, if you wanted to reuse them, do all your eye makeup first and then put your mascara on. And put your mascara on and then put your lashes on right at the end. Beautiful. Now, so I'm just going to quickly hop on some skin base. Change it up. So, Feisty is a red. So drawing on that Cupid's bow. across in the middle. And then do your halfway points here and here. So you've got like a nice little shape there. Pull the lip and work up. Create the curve. Pull the lip again. Work up to that next point. Bottom lip. So always putting the lip taut. Okay, so getting your lip liner on first. I'm just going to gently blend that in a little bit. So just blending the lip in to create softness. I'm always pushing on the lip to make it taut. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some darkness in the outer corners and keep it really nice and bright in the centre. What this is called, it's called non-braid lip. So I'm going to add Honor, which is a darker pencil. Into the outer corners of the mouth. You don't have to keep this on there. And then I blend that in. And then here. Our pencils are amazing. These are great on eyes and lips. So they're called medium pencils, so you can use them anywhere. But they're really good to blend, so you don't even have to wear lipstick with them if you didn't want to. If you wanted more of a stain, then you can do that. Blending it into the middle, creating the depth at the outer corners, still keeping it nice and bright in the centre, and blending that pigment through. And then on the bottom. And press it. Like what you do at the brow, underneath the outer corners of the mouth. What that does is it lifts the mouth as well. So you're pressing, cutting into that lip shape. When you're doing a tutorial as well, it's all about those little bits at the end that are finesse, which is kind of the bits that you need to work on. So the bits where you're cleaning up afterwards, going in with a smaller brush and just blending. So you're really getting some nice sharp lines. You can see that lifts the mouth up instantly there. So we call it like a secret smile, like the Mona Lisa secret smile. When you have a little bit of light there and there, it lifts up. There you go. Okay. Let's see what she looks like. Yeah, she looks like that. Have a little look if you want to. Yeah.
I look like a different person.
Yeah, good, beautiful. It's quite a strong, powerful look. It's that, but it's a bit more of a modern take on a 1950s look. Rather than just doing a normal red lip, maybe try something different.